Guys, welcome back again to my channel. In this video I'll be showing you how to cut and sew Isiagu outfits. So the cutting, which the measurement we need for the cutting, the length is 31 inches, the shoulder is 18 inches, the sleeve length is 9.5 inches, the chest is 42 inches, the tummy is 40 inches, the round sleeve is 14 inches. So we commence immediately with the drafting of the Isiagu wear. So what I do now is to fold this and the Isiagu, fold it. Remember I said that the length is 31 inches, pardon, not 30. The length is 31 inches, so we measure out the length. Let me take my 0 point from here. This is 13 inches. I'll add 5 inches on it. So the next thing I will do is that I will measure out this. I will measure it out. We said that the chest is 42 inches. For 2 divided by 4 will give us 10 1/4 or 10.25. 10.25. For 2 divided by 4 is 10.25. So this 10.25, I will add 1 inch to it, which will be the same allowance. So, oh pardon, for 2 divided by 4 is 10.5. 10.5, pardon, I'm sorry. 10.5. 10.5, I add ½ inch same allowance. So I will cut here out. Now in cutting of this Isiagu, I want you to know something. While cutting it, make sure that the Isiagu is standing erect, its portrait on the body of your client. It needs to be portrait on the body of your client. Now it doesn't need to back down or be sideways. It needs to be standing facing up or standing erect on the body of your client. So what I need to do now is that I will mark 3 inches at the shoulder slope. I will cut from here. This is the shoulder area and this is the bottom area. Now if I should stand this Isiagu this way, you find out that the Isiagu is facing erect, is standing erect. So that's what I mean by standing portrait or standing erect. So I will now release the under one. I mark 3 inches. I make here 2.5 inches and here 2.5 inches. This is the neck. I'm marking the neck 2.5, 2.5. Then I will fold this to overlap on it, about ½ inches overlap. Now on this area I give a mark of chalk. Then I will cut that of the back neck. Remember I do say that the shoulder is 18 inches. 18 inches, I mark 18 divided by 2 will give us 9 inches. This 9 inches, I add half-inch seam allowance to it. So I will measure out the chest right now. The chest 10.5, and this is 1 inch seam allowance. Measure out the tummy 40, which is 10. Add 1 inch seam allowance. So I'm done cutting the body. What I will cut now is the sleeve. Remember, whatever you are cutting, just as I said, will be portrait. The body will be portrait, the sleeve will be portrait, the placket of the Isiagu will be portrait, the front piece and the back piece will also be portrait. Everything you are cutting, you must make sure that you cut it to the portrait. What I mean, it ought to stand erect. It has to stand erect. It has to stand erect. That's the techniques of cutting of the Isiagu wear. So this, I do say that the length of the sleeve, that's what I want to cut out right now. The length of the sleeve is 9.5 inches. 9.5 inches. This 9.5 inches, I will add 3 inches to it. I have video on how to cut a perfect sleeve. I also have video on how to cut a perfect armhole. I will leave the link on the description below so that you can learn how to cut a perfect sleeve and also to cut a perfect armhole on this video. So I'm done cutting of the sleeve. What I need to cut out now is the front piece and the back piece. The front piece and the back piece. So in cutting of the front piece, it has a particular design which you need to give to it, and the design of the front piece ought to be the same with that of the back piece. So this Isiagu design we are giving not just just ordinary kaftan or any type of senator. This is an Isiagu design. So it has a front piece and a back piece. So I'll pick out the front of the Isiagu and place it. I have folded this Isiagu, the remaining fabric, I folded it to sew this way. So I will take the front of the Isiagu fabric, which I've cut out, and I will place it on the fabric which I want to cut out I want to use and cut out the front piece. I will now trace it just as I'm doing right now. So this is the front piece for the front. So I will cut out the back piece for the back. I still extend the remaining fabric. This is our remaining fabric. I will still use it to cut out that of the back. And this is the back. This is the back of the Isiagu. So I will place it and cut it out. Remember, I do say that the same design you gave the back or the shape of the back piece or the front piece will be the same shape with the back piece. So I'm going to still cover it the same way I did that of the front piece. So I'm done cutting the back and the front and the back piece. What I need to cut now is the placket of the Isiagu. And you do remember I said whatever you are cutting should be standing erect, should be portrait. Whatever you are cutting should be portrait. So I measure out the placket. I make the placket, the width, I'll make this 4 inches. But the placket is not actually going to be 4 inches, it's going to be less than 4 inches because I'll be folding. So the 4 inches, the folding allowance is included in the 4 inches. So I will measure out the length of the placket. The length of the placket should be about 15-16 inches. Then I'll cut it. So this is all about cutting of the Isiagu rear. We will now proceed immediately with the sewing. We commence immediately with the sewing of this Isiagu. So the first thing you have to do is to go to your table, fold the sleeve. Remember, we do say that the sleeve length is 9.5 during our cutting, and this is the sleeve, and this is the what we have here is total of 11 inches. But what I have to do is I just fold it in such a way that after we give a little trimming and give allowance for the sewing. So this, I'm going to be running the stitch right now on the sleeve. So I do remember that I skipped one thing, and that is the pocket of the Isiagu. But that of the pocket, I'm going to be cutting it when the time for the fixing of the pocket approach. So I'll be cutting the pocket and also fix it when the time approach. So having run the stitch on the sleeve, the next thing I'm going to do right now is that I'll pick out the piece, the front piece, or the front yoke and the back yoke, and then I will now attach them to the body of the Isiagu. So this is the back piece or the back yoke, and this is the front piece or the front yoke. So I will pick the back of the Isiagu. This is the back of Isiagu. This is the back of the Isiagu, and this is the back yoke. Then I will now attach it to the back of the Isiagu. I just place it this way. Actually, the best thing is to look for office pin. As you place it, you just pin on all the whole side before you start attaching to avoid it shifting. So I will now then run the stitch at the back, attaching the back of the Isiagu with the back piece. Having done this, I will remove the office pin I use, the pin I use in holding it. I will then give a notch on the curved edges to enable the ironing so that I can iron this thing to be flat. So be careful while giving this notch so that you don't cut the thread. You don't cut the thread. Be very careful. So all this curved edge, I have to give a notch on it. So I'm done with this. I will also attach the front piece to the front of the Isiagu. But before then, I have to get the center of the Isiagu. I will fold it this way to get the center at the front of it. So I will take it to my table to get the center first. Then I will return back and attach the front piece. And as I'm getting the center of it, I will also get the center of the front piece. I will also get the center of the front piece, the front yoke. I will also get the center by ironing on this way, so that when attaching it, I will not create the space where the placket will be resting on. So I will move to my table right now to get the center first. After then, I will return back to continue with this sewing. So you can see it, I've just gotten the center of this Isiagu and also the center of the front piece. So I'm going to be attaching it. This is the right side of the front piece, and this is also the right side of the front piece. Actually, while attaching it, you have to place the right side of the front piece under and use the right side of the body of the Isiagu to place on top of the front piece. Place it this way, and you attach your office pin. I will show you the reason why I said we need to get the center of the body and the center of the front piece. So having attached it this way to hold it so it will not be shifting while running the stitch, then I will now start my stitching. Start to run the stitch. So this is the reason why I asked that. I said we need to get the center of the body of the Isiagu and also that of the front piece. Let me turn the back. So you just want to create the hole where the placket will be resting on. A place where the placket will be resting on. should make it about let's say 7 inches. 7 inches should be okay for it. This 7 inches. 7 inches should be okay. The opening where the placket rests upon, 7 inches should be okay. So I will give a cut to open that place. Then I will now give my notch. I give the notch on this side. Remember I said while giving this notch, be careful that you don't cut the thread which you stitch. So I remove the needle, the pin I use in holding that the both of them together. Then I will turn it. So I will then go to my ironing table. So I will iron it to be flat. After then I will return back to close it up. And the same as I go to my iron table, I will still fold the iron. I will also iron the back of the Isiagu at the center, and then I will return back and continue with the stitch. So I'm back from my iron table. You can see that I've ironed the neck of the back of the Isiagu, and this is the front back piece. And actually I also folded the edges of the front piece so that we can now actually close it up. And this is also that of the front piece. This is the front of the Isiagu with the front piece. And this is the hole which I created where the placket will be resting upon. So, and I also folded the edge of it, of the front piece. So what I'll do now is that I will now run the stitch by the edge of it. So make sure that your stitch goes on the edge. You run the stitch, let it run at the edge of the front piece. Then I will run another stitch by the side of it. The next thing we do is to join the front with the back. Join the front with the back. That's the next thing to do. So this is the front, and these are back. I will now attach the front to the back. So let me not confuse you. This is how it's going to be. This is how it's going to be. These are the two neck. You can see it. These are the two neck. You can see it. So I will pick this. I will put it this way. Then I will run my stitch. I will also put this side of the neck to this part of the shoulder. I close it up and also run my stitch. So I just finished joining the two sides, the front and the back. What I will do next is to take it to the table and iron it. Iron here. Then I will now prepare the placket. So this is what I will be using for the placket, which we cut during the cutting. This is the fabric I will cut out for the placket, and actually I just cut this right now. I just cut this. This should be about just make it 2 inches or 2.5 inches. So while preparing, the first thing you need to do is just to take your interface and apply on this area. Apply it on the area that's the back side of the fabric, or the wrong side of the fabric. You apply your interface, and on this side you also apply your interface on this side. The whole of this place you need to cover it with your interface. So you need to cover here and also here with the interface. So after then I will fold here. I will fold the placket on this edge, fold this side, fold here, and also fold it again, fold this to this. So after then I will now return back to continue with the stitch. So this is the neck. I have just ironed it here as how smooth it is. So what and before I continue the sewing, this is the placket. I just prepare the placket. This is the interface which I apply on the placket. You can see the interface. I apply the interface on all the side of the placket. Then I now folded it double, and this is it. The bottom side I have to fold it to form our arrow at the bottom side, and this is also part of the placket which will be inside. It will be inside this way. It's going to be inside. So I will now start to run the stitch. The first thing I need to do is to close the back piece. I'm going to close it. Then after closing it, I will now prepare the placket and attach it to the Isiagu. I run double stitch at the back of the back piece. I'm done closing the back piece of this Isiagu. So what I will do now is to prepare the placket and attach it to the Isiagu. So this is the placket. I will fold this first. I'm going to fold it this way. Then I will attach this, placing it this way. I will then turn it. Then I will run stitch. While running the stitch, if you can see, you see that there is a joining at the opening at the center of it. So I will not run at the tip. I will give a space about ½ inches on each of the side. The reason is that inside here will be the place that will contain the buttonhole for our Isiagu chain, because this Isiagu will be having chain on it. So the opening here will be a place for our buttonhole for the Isiagu chain. So I will run my stitch immediately. I said I'm giving ½ inches allowance on both sides of it before I run the stitch. So having run this, the next thing I will do is to attach the placket on the body of the Isiagu. That's the next thing to do, to attach the placket. Remember, while preparing while joining the front piece with the body of the Isiagu, we gave a line we determine the center of the body of the Isiagu. So this center which we determine, this tip now, the tip you are seeing here will fall at the center, so that it will be actual. I'm joining the placket. And remember, I said that you have to make sure that the tip of the placket falls in alignment with the center which you created while folding this. So you can see that both sides are equal and they are in alignment. So I'm done with the sewing of these plackets. I just attach the placket on the body of the Isiagu. So the next thing I'm going to do is to prepare the pocket. Remember I said that I forgot cutting the pocket during the cutting section, but that I will be bringing that when the time for the pocket approach. So the pocket, remember I said that whatever you are cutting need to stand erect. It needs to be portrait. It needs to be portrait. Whatever you are, both the placket, the sleeve, the back piece, and everything you are cutting, as long as each Isiagu is concerned, you have to make it to stand portrait. That's the beauty of the outfit. That's the beauty of the outfit. I have to make it to be portrait. So I'm cutting out this for the pocket. Cutting out for the pocket. Now I'm going to give this pocket a cut, a design cut, which is befitted to Isiagu wear. So this is the cut, a design cut or a design pocket for the Isiagu. I will also give a cut here. So I'm going to be measuring the dimension for the Isiagu before I now continue with the stitch. Pardon me, the dimension for the length of the pocket, not the Isiagu length of the pocket. So this is 6 inches, and by the width, and the length is 9 inches on the length side. So actually, this is not actually the dimension that the pocket is going to be. After we have applied an interface, we're going to fold it, then we determine the final dimension for it. So this is the we cut out the facing, the pocket facing, the facing of the pocket. I'm going to be cutting out. So this is the facing for this pocket, and this is the pocket. This is the pocket. This is the pocket, and this is the facing. So I will take both of them to the ironing table. So I will apply my interface at the wrong side of the Isiagu, and also apply the interface on the pocket facing. So then I will come back to run the stitch. After then I will attach it on the body of the Isiagu. So this is the pocket, and this is the facing, pocket facing. I'm going to be attaching both of them together. One double stitch here. I will also run at the tip of this pocket. So I will take it to the iron table to fold the edges. After folding it, then I will now attach it to the body of the Isiagu wear. So this is the pocket just finished preparing. I just folded on this edge, on the edges of it. So the next thing that is left is just to attach it on the body of the Isiagu, and this is our Isiagu. So I pick it up and then attach the pocket on it, and after then we now proceed to the next item. So the next thing is to join the sleeve after attaching this pocket. So I just attach the sleeve, I just attach the pockets. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to attach the sleeve of this Isiagu wear, the sleeve of the Isiagu wear. So, and this is the sleeve. You do remember that I said that during the cutting of the sleeve, we say that the sleeve length is 9.5, and the sleeve, I'm going to cut it at and this is 11 inches. The total of 11 inches is here. Then I'm going to trim it to 10 inches, make it 10 inches, since the sleeve is 11.5, pardon, 9.5, not 11.5. So I make the sleeve 10 inches, the length of the sleeve, so that half inches is going to be the seam allowance for it. So I'm going to start to attach it. I also attach on this area. Remember, during the cutting of this Isiagu, I do say that the round sleeve is 14 inches. So I measure out the 14 inches and give a mark of chalk on it, and the chest is 42 inches. So I will commence immediately with running of the stitch. Commence immediately to run the stitch. Measure at 14 inches, which is 14 divided by 2 will give us 7. Then I will take measurement of the chest. (42) divided by 2 will give us 21. Mark 21 inches. Thumb is 20, which is multiplied by 2 give us 40. I will take it to my table to fold it. The length is 31, so use the length measurement to fold it. After folding it, I come back to close it up. So I'm done sewing this Isiagu. The next thing I will do is just to take it to the table and to iron it. So this is the Isiagu here. Now we take it to the ironing table to iron it, so that you see the beauty of it. So this is the Isiagu. Just finished ironing the Isiagu here. This is all about how to cut and sew our Isiagu outfit. Please, if you are new to my channel, look below this video, see a subscribe button, hit on that subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell to also that you get notified as soon as I drop a new video. And don't forget to give me a like on this video. Thank you very much for watching, and God bless you.